I am freezing. It's like my heater's not even working. It feels like the air conditioning. Oh my god, I'm gonna turn my jacket back on. Okay, today's live stream brought to you by a comment from Salan, I think, Salaan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so that's probably my only time I'm gonna say it. My mouth is numb, my lips are numb. I can't even speak. Is this a full detour? Pedestrian. Okay. This comment was about feeling confident in doctoring and whatnot. I think this person said they just finished their first year or first semester or something. Oh my god, I'm the worst at doing requested videos. The person wanted me to talk about being confident when you're in rotations and stuff. I have heard people call me confident before, like in my CS comp and like occasional attendings here and there. I remember my pediatrics preceptor wrote it on my MSP for residency, so that was cool. I don't know what to say. I'm faking it. I'm not confident at all. Like, to be completely honest with you guys, I'm like almost shitting myself most of the time. Sorry about my language. I occasionally throw an S word in there. But yeah. I mean, I want to be this amazing doctor. I want to instill confidence in people. But the majority of the time I'm shitting myself. Like yesterday, the second year resident said he had oh my god, my lips are numb, it's really hard to talk. He said he had an admission to do. Someone just came into the ED and we have to admit them to the floors. And he asked me to come down and do it with him. And I was like, yeah, sure. But really in my mind I was like, oh no! And I'm thinking the whole way walking down to the ED. I'm thinking of like the process of admissions. I did admissions in my internal medicine core rotations, so it's not completely a mystery to me. But the whole way down I was like, oh man, I gotta do this and this and this and this and this. Cool. And then we get down there and the woman doesn't speak English, and I'm like, oh no. It's always difficult when someone doesn't speak the language, because you have to call the translation line, and it takes longer. I don't know if it's more, yeah, it is more difficult. For example, this woman, I needed to do a neuro exam on her, and with neuro, like say I'm checking sensation or something, I wanted her to close her eyes and then tell me which side she felt my fingers. That's kind of hard to do with a translation service, because you say close your eyes, so it's not like the patient doesn't hear you saying something. So she's looking at you saying close your eyes, then the translation thing says close her eyes, and then she closes her eyes. But then by the time I can tell the translation service to ask her to identify which side of her arm she felt my finger on, the woman has opened her eyes again, and then you have to tell her to close her eyes again. It was like trash, but I think it went about fine. Her neuro exam, the only thing that really pointed out was her pupils were really sluggish when I pointed the light into them. Anyway, why the tangent? You didn't even have to know about that. I'm so sorry. I'm not with it this morning. Confidence. I don't know. I pretty much have a dream every night about the kind of doctor that I want to be. Is that weird? I feel like that's really vulnerable to say. But every night, kind of. If I don't have a dream about that, I feel like I don't have a dream. It's dreams that vary between like intern year and being a successful intern, and not being that one intern that leaves the hospital like 3 hours after their shift is over because they keep having to write notes, and their notes are slow or long or incomplete or trash. So it's like I have a dream about that. So then when I go to the hospital, I put a very strong effort into not ending up that way. I think my dreams are low-key like nightmares. And it's like, this is what I don't want to be. So then I practice to not be that way. And with all the practice that I'm gaining comes the confidence. Yes, I think that's right. I'm sorry that 5 minutes into it, I finally got to the point. I think it's not like I just walked in with confidence. I walked in with fake confidence. Every time. When I go to see a new patient for admission, if I'm switching services like I did on Monday, and I don't know any of those patients, I just walk in like I own the place. Like when someone's like, oh, the patient said no to medication or no to a blood draw or something, I walk in like I own the place, faking it, completely shitting myself. And I speak strong, I project. I'm never one to like whisper or talk under my breath. Like, you're gonna hear what I gotta say. And I tell them, you gotta do this blood draw. I know it sucks. And the thing with blood draws is, like, for example, this woman yesterday said no to a blood draw. But the day before, she had been stuck 3 times or 4 times. So it's like, I get that. I'm human as well. You know, I don't want someone poking me 4 times. So it's like, you want to convince them to get the blood draw, but also you know these incompetent people are not going to get the blood. So, like, that was a tangent again. I don't know why I said yes to making a video about this. I don't really have the answer. I thought I did, but the answer is I'm faking it. The answer is the title to this live stream. I don't actually have a lot of confidence. Okay, I come in with 0 confidence. I fake it. Through faking it, I gain practice, and from the practice, I gain real confidence. That's it. You need it. Confidence was one of the compliments I got from every CS case I had. Whoa, is there someone talking? It's like 6 in the morning, guys. Compare confidence from first rotation to now. Okay. But in my first rotation, I got confidence written on my evaluation. My first rotation was pediatrics. I didn't know anything about pediatrics. I thought I wanted to go into pediatrics for a little bit. I faked it. I don't know. Pediatrics, we were doing a lot of vaccines, a lot of flu vaccines, a lot of the initial vaccines that children have to get, infants, children have to get. Maybe because I babysat a bunch. I've been holding kids since I was like 10 years old, you know, like babies. But she wrote down confident. I just walk in like I own the place. In high school, I got the award at the yearbook thing for I think she owns the place. Like, that was the name of the award. And I was like, what? Do you have a background in healthcare? Is that what that said? Oh my god, where did it go? Sorry, it kind of disappeared and I don't really know where they go. I think it said background in healthcare. I don't really. What does that mean? I volunteered in a hospital, but doesn't everybody? Like, volunteering before you go into medicine is kind of mandatory. So it's not like I have that above anybody. My mom was a nurse. I used to go to work with her occasionally, or if my school got out before she was off work, I used to go to the hospital to wait for her. But it's not like I was doing anything. I was just there in the, like, nurse's lounge. Yeah. I started volunteering at a hospital when I was 13, I think. And I'm pretty sure everybody volunteers. I'm pretty sure people have more experience than I do. Like, some people were scribes when they were in high school. I wasn't. I worked at a car dealership and JCPenney. So, honestly, guys, I'm faking it. Completely. That's my answer. I fake it till I gain enough practice, and then it's real. Like blood draws or IVs. The first time I put an IV in the emergency room, completely faked it. How many rotations do I have left? After this, I'm doing cardiology. Then I have another internal medicine sub-I. Then I'm doing nephrology, pulmonology. There's something else. Heme and onc and emergency. Is that 6? Yes, 6. It's like a certain amount of credit hours that I have to meet. It's kind of bizarre because technically for credit hours, I'm supposed to be done June 20th, but my rotation doesn't end until June 28th. I don't really understand how the credit thing goes down once you hit rotations. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, the key to confidence is practice. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm trying to say, but I can't get it out. With the blood draws in this hospital, I'm the person they come to now, and I've been on this rotation for 3 days. Today is the 3rd day. So, but it's just because I had that full year of practice at the other hospital. That's why I was like, hindsight is 2020, because we like despised it. At that hospital, when someone is calling for a blood draw, you're like, oh Jesus, I don't want to anymore. Like, it was cool at first to be able to do this, but now it's like so many. But here, these like residents are coming to you and they're like, hey, could you do a arterial stick? And I'm like, yeah, I definitely can. But then that shows them that you have confidence, and they just generalize it to everything else about you. That's why he was like, come do this admission. And I'm like, oh, bro, what? I can do a blood job, but admission on my own? No. I think I kind of botched the admission too. I think that's the thing, like, I don't know. Because the next time I do an admission, I'm going to rock the game. I think I learned very well from my first mistake. I think I'm the kind of person that has to, like, F it up the first time and then kill it the second time. Do you play the role with invisible patients when you go home? I don't. Do people do that? I don't do that. Is that a thing? That seems interesting. No. But I do treat every patient like it's my mom, like it's my best friend, like it's me. You know what I mean? From very simple things like blood draws to being admitted to a hospital where you don't speak the main language. You know what I mean? Every single patient. Like, we had to do blood draws yesterday or the day before, and this student was like, who's the victim? And I was like, why would you say that? Like, I didn't say anything out loud. You know, you don't want to be that gunner. You don't want to be that person, like, taking the job extra serious. But in my mind, I was like, what a dick. Like, you wouldn't want someone treating you like that. Maybe that's another part of the confidence. I go in there like the person is a real person. Like, I don't see the person as just a patient. Like, oh, just another patient on my list. I gotta go through my list. No, what the hell? I think that's the worst way to look at a patient. Like, come on. Your parents have been in the hospital. I'm sure you know someone who's been in the hospital. Why would you treat someone like that? A human being? Please. Anyway, rant again. God, I gotta stop doing those. I'm sorry I don't have a solid answer. This is kind of like when people are like, how do you study? How to study correctly? What's the best way to study? I don't know. It's what you do. It's how you study. Some people love reading textbooks. I hate reading textbooks. Review books are my ish, as I said in my Instagram post. Like, I prefer review books. I cannot read a full textbook. Oh my God. I like doing questions. Some people hate doing questions. They rather just read notes and do the repetition thing. Like, they summarize a review book or a textbook and they read their notes over and over again. Some people do that. Some people study at night. Some people study in the morning. I don't like that how do you study question, because I can tell you what I do. I can't say that's going to work for you at all. Just like the confidence thing, I guess. Like, I walk in like I already know it. Meanwhile, I know nothing. And I answer questions like I know it. And I'm so quick. Like, if I get the question wrong, I'm so quick to be like, I'll go look that up. You know? They like to hear that. Instead of you just being like, oh, I don't know the answer. Like, say that you'll look it up. Say that you'll read it. And even more impressive. Have you ever helped in a medical situation outside the hospital? No. Let me think. No. Like an accident or something? No. I have thought about it. I've downloaded the Citizen app. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I use it in New York. And it tells you about like accidents, police calls, like emergencies happening within the neighborhood or city or state or whatever it is. And I have seen things on there that says like medical, what does it say? Medical need? Or they acquire medical treatment or something like that. And I have thought about it because the Citizen app is based on your like location, so I know it's close to where I am. But what am I gonna do? Hey guys, I'm a 4th year medical student. You need me to do compressions? Like, what am I gonna do? I don't know if I could really help that much. But if it was happening right in front of me, if a car accident happened right now, God forbid, I would get out and help for sure. But I don't go out of my way to like go do these things. I do know students who do that though through the Citizen app. Like they download, like I heard about it from them originally in Florida. So I guess it is everywhere because I heard about it in Florida. And they would go out to these locations. Like something would be posted and they would go out to help. And I'm like, oh my God, that's confidence. I don't have that. I'm going to be like, hey guys, literally the only thing I can do is compressions. Was good. But yeah. I feel like I just trashed this comment based video. I guess I don't have the answer. I was like, yeah, sure, I could talk about that. Nope. That was the confidence. I had confidence thinking I could answer the question. No. And in actuality, I'm consistently shitting my pants, faking it till I make it, or looking up things. I'm very quick to look up things. Hey, you're the person that left the comment. What's up? Sorry I messed it up. In my surgery rotation, was it? No. Internal medicine core rotation, I think, or family core, I think. This resident was like, we need to do a gastric lavage on this patient. Do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, sure. I always say yes, by the way. If a resident asks you to do anything, say yes. You look better in their eyes. You get the practice, like all of that. So I said, yeah, sure. And he was like, do you know how to do it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I left the room to YouTube how to gastric lavage someone. Thank God it's a very simple procedure, but I always say yes. Every time. If the intending is like, do you want to do this? Yes, that's your answer. Don't be that student who's like, no, I'm okay, I'll go study. What? How? That's like the first step to making a bad impression. Always yes. It's not kissing their ass. It's, think about it for yourself. Like, think about it like you're paying for this shit. Guys, thousands of dollars are going into these rotations. Like, why would you waste it? So if they're like, hey, do you want to take this admission? You're not like, oh man, another admission. You're like, yes, let me gain the experience. So when I'm an intern and there's, well, not an intern, but when I'm a second year and admissions are coming in, I'm not going to fumble it. You know? My resident killed it. We took the admission. It only took a while because we need to get a translator. But he went down there, ran through the interview, ran through the physical exam, like murked it. I hate this merge point. I have to go through all the way in the right lane, all the way to the left lane. I take 3 different highways to get to the hospital. The drive is literal BS. Almost done though. Then I'm going to another hospital in January. Alright guys, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna end it. Oh my god, this one is so long. 19. Wow. Almost 20 minutes on this second live stream. I don't know why the morning ones are so long. I'm so sorry guys. I didn't even get to the point. Fake it. That's the point. Bye. See you tonight at tonight's live stream.